I buy faulty electronic items on eBay, attempt to fix them, and then sell them for a profit. This right here is Sally's spectacular spreadsheet where I log that information, and boy oh boy do I have some updates today. A really bit of good news, all of the docking stations I have left, which is only 2 on here actually, have sold. And they sold as well for £19.78. So we can update that, which means our total net profit for the docking stations alone, which was episode number 12, is £14.06. Now, I've also sold this PS5 here. I estimated I was going to get £150, but instead I got £125.34. An estimated loss of what was meant to be around about £40 ended up being £50. Not just that, the Nintendo Switch Lite that I said I would get £90 for, I've managed to sell for a total of £80.88. Which is pretty much bang on for the estimate, because this estimate of £90 in the profit column has the eBay fees subtracted of 9%. So we still get around about the same amount of £34, which is good. I've not managed to sell the Xbox One S and the PS5 from episode number 15 as of yet. So that means actual profit for episode number 12 is £14.06. And for episode number 13, we made a loss, unfortunately, of £18.73. So in terms of our actual profit column, we're not looking too bad at all, if you ask me. As it currently stands, our actual total profit is £470.78. Can we improve on this today? Welcome your faces back to episode number 16, season 2 of the series Profit or Loss. For those who don't know, I actually live stream some of these episodes now, and they're stored in an unlisted playlist on my channel. So if you go onto my YouTube channel page and click on playlists, you'll be able to see all of the live videos there if you choose to watch them. Today, we're taking a look at 5 Elite Series 2 controllers that I paid a grand total of £120 for. This equals £24 for each controller. Put in the comment section down below how many you think we're going to fix, and let's get on with the repairs. So £24 each. I personally don't know if that's a good price or not. Now, from what I saw, I mean, they don't obviously have, I don't think anyway, all of the stuff. I mean, this one's got like an extended shaft, which is interesting. We've got the buttons on the back. They feel good. It's also got a serial number. Is there a serial number like here? Is that on every single one? That seems pretty cool. And then we've got, okay, right. What's the best way to test these? A lot of people watching this potentially will know that you have a little switch here, and that will do like the full trigger. But then if you put it on number 1, it only does like that much. So we've got the full kit one. These can be replaced fairly easily. So I'm not too fussed if I don't have these on all of them. What I will say, and this is what I was talking about, these analog bits here, they can be very, very difficult to get off. So this will be interesting as far as I'm aware. Let me just put that on there and that on there, because I need to test this and see what's actually wrong with it. RB and LB feel absolutely fine. And the condition of this one, if I'm honest with you, is pretty nice. You know, it's pretty good. There's not many scratches. So what we're going to do is pull up controller tester. So gamepad tester. So what I'm going to do now is plug in the USPS, and we'll see what the situation is. Is the port okay first? Okay, we get a bub. That's good. And does it actually do anything? I'm just keeping an eye on the analog sticks right now. The bounce back seems to be absolutely fine. The range on them is pretty decent as far as I'm aware. They both click. So, I mean, these seem to be okay. Like, no drift at all. Look, if I just put it down, there's no drift there. RB. Ah, speak of the devil. Look at this. RB, no worky. I can sort that. LB. LB seems to be fine. RT and LT. They're all good. Let's just check the buttons. They're all fine. And they're fine as well. What about the back buttons? That one, that one, that one, that one. All good. It's just RB. So we've got a broken RB here, and we can sort that out, no problem. As long as we can get the analog sticks off. I cannot remember for the life of me how to take one of these apart. So let's put that over there and that there. Take off that and take off that. Right, that's as far as I go, I think. That's as far as I go. You have to be quite careful with the bits around here. Where's my pokey? Remember, Joey, remember. I'm pretty sure we just go straight in here. Let's see if we can make a profit with these. That'd be absolutely amazing, wouldn't it? Okay, so we've got, so the good thing about these is now that I've got this bit free, I should be able to just crack this open slowly but surely, because the faceplate comes off like this. There we go. Look at that. Now we have the hard bit, which is these little things. Sometimes they come off, sometimes they don't. Okay, so that one's come out here. Look. That one's just twisted off. Perfect. That's exactly what I need the other one to do. Right, here we go. So that's just melting that up now. It's 180 degrees, so it's not gonna, shouldn't be enough to burn the plastic. Okay, we just want a little bit like that. And now, Ah, nice! Tweezer's coming in clutch. Right, so that's done. Now we need T8s, I believe. I think it's T8s. And then I think it's T6 on the layer below. I think, is it 4 or is it 6? 2. Big motor goes on right, little one on left. And I think we should just be able to take our soldering iron and... Oh, wait a minute. I'm just trying to think, because I don't actually need to do anything on these boards, right? So I might just keep the motors attached, because all I have to do is remove that. So I'm working on the bottom board. So actually, let's take out... So grey on top, black on bottom on both of them. Is there a technique of getting these out? I always kind of think that there's a technique, because I think it's just slowly but surely, both sides, and then swivel. I think slowly but surely, and then swivel. I don't know if there is a technique here in trying to get these boards out, because they are very fiddly. Maybe just like a little up and down sort of situation. There we go. And don't lose this. Well, don't forget to put it back in. This is the headphone jack. And then we've got a couple more screws, I believe. Let's zoom you in a little bit more. And again, these are T6. How many do we have on the bottom board? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 4 on the bottom board. You have to be careful with these. There we go. And then, do I have to remove the... No, I think we're good now to just slide this up. There it is. And we've now got the board taken out, he says, as he tries and really struggles to get the board out. Come on. There it is. And we leave all the buttons there as is. Exactly like that. These are pretty important because they sit where the RB and LBs are, just like that, as like a protective foam, not foam, but plastic cover. I think it helps prolong the Switch life, but I don't necessarily think it's true because of the fact the RB and LBs break so often on these controllers. It's the second most common fault on Elite Series 2s. And I think just controllers in general, if I'm being honest. I'm just giving this a little clean, just with a little bit of IPA. So I'm pretty sure it's this one, isn't it, RB? Oh, where's the protective bit gone? Have I lost it? So it's the RB here. So what I like to do is hot air this. So it's going to be this one. I won't go with the microscope because I don't necessarily think we're going to need it, if I'm honest. But we will go with 400 degrees Celsius here. Actually, I'm going to go a bit higher because these boards are still thick, even though they're quite deceiving, these boards. Because you think, it's fine, like they're really thin. They're actually super thick for how small they are. So let's go 430 degrees Celsius with an airflow speed of 50%. And we should be able to take this off. And again, if we just put some heat into the board and then circulate the heat in the area of focus. And these can be a pain to get off, by the way. You do have to give them a little bit of excess force to remove them. They do take a while. The solder is now just about starting to melt. And then one side. Boom. There we go. So that's that done. The holes actually look pretty clean, but I will come in with a solder sucker here and just make sure they're clean. I'll go over to the microscope for this part so you can see. There it is. Let's turn off that and turn off that. Oh, I've taken out the wrong one. Okay, well, it looks like we're actually going to be replacing both of them on this controller. Nice. Now I need to find them because I had a big bag of the switches. Solder sucker coming in. Wait for that solder to melt. That should be good about now. There we go, nice and clean. And then we simply come in with the button itself. Insert it from the other side. Poke it through. There it is. Wait, are these the right size? No, this leg is a little bit bent, which is why I need to bend it back. Perfect, so I've pushed that in as much as I possibly can. And then what we're going to do is apply a little bit of flux. Only a tiny... to be honest with you, we don't even need flux. So we're simply just going to put the soldering iron on the leg. There we go. Simple as that. If we turn it over, you can see we've got the button. Solders come through, hugging it. And that switch is not going anywhere now. I can't remember. Do you know what? Oh, wait. Maybe that is the right one. No, it is the right one. I swear the PCB goes this way, no? Yeah, it is the right one. Should we quickly replace the other one just to make sure? Oh, I do need to take out the wire here, don't I? So let's remove that quickly. Because we don't want to burn it. That's for sure. Exact same process. There we go. Nice. Do have to be careful because you've got a little bit of plastic here on the antenna, but and the only this might get knocked now, the little silver bit, because I'm using a solder sucker to clear these out, but we'll see. Nope. Good stuff. That one's in as well. So again, a nice bit of solder here on the leg and the pad. Secure it in place. And I'm actually going to push up and come off, just to make sure that button is as flat to the board as it possibly can be. And now we just have to put the cable back. I'm pretty sure it goes this way. These are in fact nice little repairs, by the way, and I'm pretty sure you can make some decent money by doing this, because these controllers are not cheap. I mean, Lee from Uber Micro Repairs specializes in controllers, and he has a very successful business from doing that, so it's definitely doable. Heater Gamer says, Joey, I'd love to see a repair competition between you, Vince, and Steve from Tronics Fix. I will gladly already take last place in that competition. They are both very talented repair people, and I don't think I'd be able to give them a run for their money if I'm honest. Well, first off, we have to put that back, but the first things first, it's the switchy one, isn't it? Is it? Can't remember if it's... I don't think there's a specific way to put these back first, but I'm going to go with these two on the hook and then down and over. I don't think that's right. I think I'll go over the port first. Let's go over the port first and see how we fare. There we go. Yeah, that's it. And then if we hold down the triggers, do we get nice clicks on the buttons? We don't get a nice click on this one. I get a really nice click on LB. I don't get a click on RB. Why don't I get a click? Maybe it's misaligned. Wait there. Yeah, I don't get a click. Why don't I get a click? No, there's a really nice click when that's not on. What's happening there? Because it's not clicking. Is it too far in? I think the button's already pressed. Like the button's pressed, and it's not springing out, which is giving it the click. Yeah, the button's like pushed in. The button's pushed in. Let me check the alignment then. It might be that it's not completely flat to the board, even though I pushed on it and said, oh, I'm going to make sure that this is flat to the board by pushing on it. Maybe it's not. So let's have a look. I've done a few of these and not had this issue. So if we look at the one on the left that's working and the one on the right, that one looks forward, hey? So this one looks okay, but this one looks a little bit leant forward. Can you see that? Can you see the difference? Ever so slightly, but that ever so slightly is a big problem. So I'm just going to push on the button once it gets a little bit warm and the solder melts. Now we should have a bit of a lower melting temperature here as well because it's leaded solder. It went. Ah! That's better, isn't it? That's the same now, isn't it? So you can see there, it's the same there. Yeah. I'm going to be honest. It doesn't feel satisfactory to me. It just doesn't. I am just going to put a couple of screws back and screw it into the chassis and see if it is just the fact that it's not got many screws in. No. I mean, LB seems fine. I just feel like there's not enough space. Oh, I think I know what it is. Wait there. The Y button. Look at the Y button. The Y button's pushed in. Oh, so that could be causing it. Because it means that there's just like too much height. Could I have done that both times though? Surely not. Oh, maybe if the button was just... If I never put the button back properly, maybe that's what was causing the issue. So let me just make sure these are all plugged in. I'm hoping that's what's happened anyway. I'm hoping that's the only thing. A needs to go in a bit as well. There we go. Oh, it's so much better on both of them. Oh, thank God for that. Plug it in. Sometimes the music stops. Right, here we go. Cool. RB and LB. 3, 2, 1. RB, LB. Yeah. Every single time. Look. Nice. Let's have a look. So this is controller number 2. Can we go 2 for 2? Or are we not going to be able to fix this? Okay. I'm missing the big paddles on this, by the way. Let's see what we got. So RB and LB. No. RB isn't working. I don't believe it. So let me just test all the other buttons, make sure we're all good and I don't mess it up royally. That's fine. It seems like everything else is working. Everything else. The D-pad, etc. The clicks on the analogs. Just not the RB. So I think we go with an RB-LB replacement again here, you know? And just future-proof it. Nice! Do you know why I'm happy about this? Is because I don't currently have the analog sticks to replace these because they're on order. So just in case I get one that needs the analogs, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm just going to have to put it to the side. So that's really, really cool. Right, there's one. And then we're going to go straight into this one as well. Get rid of it. Put a little bit of solder with my iron. And when I put the solder here, you can see I'm now going to just come under and hold it back, push it back to make sure that we get a good angle on the button. And now I can go ahead and solder all the other ones. Now what I need to make sure I do is put the soldering iron on the board where we've got the connection and the pin, because you want to heat both. And this is exactly what we're doing. There we go, that's all it needs. These switches are really, really simple to solder. Actually, one of the simplest things to do. And then we'll do the exact same for this one. But those solder blobs are absolutely fine. And if we look at the other side, you can see that they've gone through. No worrying about those. Undo the clamp, get back to reassembling and testing. And remember, when you're fixing these, which is something that I found out last time, if your vibration doesn't work, it could just be due to the profile that is set on the controller by the previous user. So make sure you test that, because I did start panicking. Right, ready? Here we go. RB, LB. RB. Good. LB. Good. Both of them. Click, 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 click. Nice. That is, so far, 2 for 2 controllers fixed. These are both different, though. So just to confirm, controller number 3 out of 6. These are both different. But you can see that one of them's got grooves and one of them doesn't. So we'll put those over here now. We also have, the issue that we have with this one is the plastic over here. Or not plastic, the rubber, sorry, is coming away from the controller, which obviously knocks down the value of this. So we'll attempt to get it fixed, and then maybe if there's one that I can't fix or something, we can look to put the bodies of this into the other one. But I need to test it and see what the actual issue is as well. Does it recognize? Yep, we get all the good noises. How is that? Oh, okay. The analog sticks are absolutely fine. From what I can tell, they both return quite nicely. If I don't touch them, they don't drift. I can't believe this is 3 out of 3 controller that doesn't have stick drift. Make sure all the buttons work. RB, LB, all good. Like, no issues. Look, no issues at all with RB, LB. RT, LT work. Wait a minute. D-pad works. Buttons click. They click. Everything works. Let's test. I'm going to plug the paddles in and just make sure they're all good as well. So that one's coming up, but it's not. It doesn't show anything on the actual picture of the controller, but I'm assuming it's okay because I can see B11 is being pushed. So what I'm going to do here is change the profile. There we go. So now I'm testing all of them. There we go. All pushed down, all working every single time. The only other thing to do, I guess, is test the Bluetooth, which is what I didn't do on the other one as well, and just make sure that the Bluetooth works. So let's pull up the Bluetooth here. They could just be untested, and the reason that it could have been listed for faulty is because of this. Definitely could be a thing. So again, I'll just put it onto a random profile here. Go to add. You guys can't see this part on screen. Now it's flashing. Should be able, there we go. Xbox wireless controller. So the Bluetooth works. Just make sure it connects. It does connect. And if I open up the Xbox accessories app, does it recognize on there? It does. And I can use it. Well, this one is A-OK then. So I'm pretty sure that this is more so just it was untested. Or maybe, like I said, because the rubber has come off here, that's why it got listed as faulty. The clip was just loose. So now it doesn't stick out as much. I mean, it still sticks out, but not as much as what it was. But that already looks a little bit better there. So again, I paid, I can't remember what it was. I think it was £24 for each of these. I should be able to double my money with this one roughly, or maybe just a little bit under double my money. And I've not done anything other than the fact that, you know, we have this rubber bit here. Let's move on to number 4 then. This is going too well, I think. On to controller number 4. How are we looking? Ooh, okay. I'll tell you what. This one's looking all right, all right, all right. The rubber itself looks really good. I actually think that we get a better view on the rubber with the light, don't we? With the ring light at the front. So you can see that the rubber looks good. This is a really, really good condition one, by the way. Look at that. That's a really, really, really good condition Elite Series 2 controller. Definitely. Nice. We like that. We like that. We like that. It's come with all the good bits as well. So we got both of the analog sticks, which again, they look pretty clean. Pretty clean. The rubber doesn't look like it's gone on those, so that's really nice. Comes with the D-pad as well. All right, let's test it. Sticks. Sticks. Well, they're moving up top, but they're not moving on the actual thing here. Can you see the timestamp says it's moving, but they're not moving down here. Oh, I'll tell you what's going on. Look at this. Player 1, a HID compliant game controller, blah, blah. Number 2 is the Xbox controller. What? What's that? Oh, the other one connected via Bluetooth, of course. Well done, guys. Well done, well done, well done, well done. There we go. All right, let's test. Sticks. Get the click on them. Seems to be okay. No drift there, from what I can tell. All good. RT, LT, all good. RB and LB. I'm just going to press these a couple times and make sure, because it doesn't look like LB was working before. But I mean, that seems to be. And it goes all the way to 1. Well, Y seems to be a little bit temperamental. Y is temperamental. What about the actual D-pad? D-pad seems to be okay. I get the clicks as well. Start and select are okay. Yeah, LB is all right, and RB is okay. I thought it was LB originally, but maybe it was just loading or something. Let me try Y again. But Y is quite intermittent, so I think I'm going to have to go right down here and see what's going on. Yeah, I want to just maybe give it a clean. It might need a clean. We're saying that it could be dirty, but this is like the most immaculate controller I've seen of these Elite Series 2 controllers, so it will be interesting. So these buttons, like I said, they weren't pressing too well. So let's check on the actual buttons themselves. I mean, the contacts look okay. So why would that be? There is a bit of dirt and debris. Do we think that grime could be enough? Maybe if it's making if it's disturbing the contact between the actual button press itself. But the thing is, that is where the button press is, right? So I don't know if that's necessarily ruining it. Are these a little bit oxidized? I can't really tell. Let's just make sure we don't have any bad contacts here, any dirt, debris. That was Y. I'm pretty sure Y is this one. They are a little bit dirty. Look at this. You see that? And that dirt might be enough to cause infrequent pushes. Now we've confirmed that the button membranes are actually all good. The button membranes themselves are all okay. And now we've got the really tedious part of putting this back and making sure that all the buttons are sat correctly inside the actual controller. Okay, here we go. Do the buttons work properly? Every time, look at that. That's the Y. That's so much better. It's not skipping a beat. I'll put the thingy on as well so you guys can see. Ready? You can see that it's not skipping a beat. Same for B. Same for X. Same for A. Even if I don't do it hard now and just do normal button presses, that wasn't working before. What was happening is I was doing normal button presses like this and it was skipping. Now it's not doing it. So it was just a clean. Oh, I'll tell you what though. See that? Unless I press quite hard. Not quite hard, but unless I press firm. Well, I'll tell you what, even that's not like a... See that? That seems to be okay on the face of it, right? But did you see how I just put the controller back together and it skipped a few? I don't know whether that needs to be changed out or not, or whether I just put a drop of IPA in the button. But I don't want that failing going forward. Can you see how it's skipping? Look, 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 look. I'm pressing it and it's skipping. I don't know whether to try IPA or just replace the button because eventually it's going to fail, even if I give it a little bit of a clean. IPA, it does, trust me, IPA. Okay, I'll tell you what then. Because you can see the little button's kind of working, would you rather me just change it out or IPA and give it a clean? You guys are saying IPA? Oh, wow. Everyone's saying IPA. Nobody's saying change it. What, because you think it's not as bad? I mean, it's not done it at all. I don't think this was the issue, by the way. I don't think this plastic button was the issue, so I'm going to put that back in. So again, we've got the buttons are fine. RB was never an issue anyway. Let me pull up the main overhead as well. RB was never an issue, as we can see. It seems to be absolutely fine. Every single time I click it, no matter how sensitive, it's all good. But I have just given it a clean as well. LB, I'm going for the lightest touches here. I don't know if you can tell. But I'm going for the lightest touches right at the end of the LB plastic as well. Can you see? And that is working every single time. If I go here, it also works every single time. And if I go for a rapid fire, can you see how it's working every single time? Obviously, it's skipping because I'm missing the rapid fire. I'm missing the actual click, but every single time it seems to be working now, so I think that's going to be okay. That's another one fixed. That's 4 out of 4. 4 out of 4 of these controllers we've actually managed to fix. This one is in great condition as well. Just had a couple of dirty contacts, including the LB, as well as Y, and I believe it was the B button itself, were not making a contact every single time they were pressed. And all I had to do was take it apart, give it a little bit of a clean, put it back together, and we have a fully working 4 out of 4 Elite Series 2 controller. Can we go 5 out of 5? Let's see. Oh, it's not 6. I kept saying 6. So this is the last one. This is the last controller, guys. Oh, dear. Okay, well, this one doesn't look good, does it? I mean, you know, on the face of it, especially if I go to the face cam, you'll be able to see that it looks all right. And you're like, oh, lovely. Yeah, it's just a little bit dirty and grimy. But then if we look up here, ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. So what do we do in this situation? Do we just use glue? I don't think so, right? Because glue isn't going to affect the ability to take it apart. What do people do in this scenario for people who fix Elite Series 2 controllers? Do you just get like a new bottom chassis and replace the entirety of the bottom chassis? Every single time, this one. Every single time. Buttons? Why? The B button seems to be a little bit iffy here. See that? I'm pressing it, it's not clicking. It's the same sort of issue as the last one we had, where it's a little bit, and the same with X as well. I feel like it's skipping every now and again. Not every single time, but just every now and again. It might be okay now because I'm using it, but it was skipping, so I might take this one apart and give it a clean regardless. RT and LT work absolutely fine. The directionals work fine. We've covered the analog sticks. Start and select, fine. Everything else seems to be okay. Yeah, I think this one's just going to need to be taken apart and given a clean. And what I'll do is I'll leave it out of the bottom chassis because, as we've discussed, I'll probably be changing that over. Oh, we can see here. Can you see? Can you see the grub around the Y? See that? I think that would explain why it's not working. Dad puns. I am a dad now, so actually, I'm qualified. So this is controller number 5 out of 5. Have we fixed every single controller? Let's see. Plug it in. Nabosh. Right. Sticks are good. RBLB. Yeah. Still really, really good. Now, our issue on this controller specifically was the buttons. So, how is Y? Perfect. Every single time. As you can see. B. B was an issue as well. Perfect. Every single time. And now even if I go to press it softly, which it wasn't doing before. When I was pressing it softly before, it wasn't registering. A is fine. X is fine. All good. All those buttons are okay. Test these. The clicks. Nice. Bosh. So I can indeed actually factually confirm that we have now fixed 5 out of 5 Elite Series 2 Xbox controllers. Now what I need to do is look at buying a replacement bottom housing for this particular controller, and I'm now going to also tally up, see how many of these bits that I need to buy for the controllers, so like the thumb caps and all those things. I'm not looking to go overboard with that process. What I'm looking to do, I'm going to try and make sure that every single controller has at least 2 sticks that are in okay condition. So again, I'm going to have to tally everything up now and see essentially how much of a profit we're going to make, considering the cost of some of the new analog sticks and the bottom chassis replacement of this as well. I've now also ordered all of the parts for these, so I have the exact costings of what it is that I need to deduct. They're coming from AliExpress, so it's probably going to take a couple of weeks to get here. So I haven't installed everything yet, but I will do going forward. Let's head on over to Sally's Spectacular Spreadsheet to see if we made a profit. I've got 4 Elite Series controllers here, and the reason being is that I gave one away during the live stream, so I'm only going to count for 4. I've got a cost for parts here of £9.74. This one specifically is for the bottom chassis. This takes into consideration delivery fee and tax from AliExpress. This £4.50, believe it or not, is for the D-pad button because one of the controllers was missing it. And the £8.50 is for some of the joysticks. However, I'm only going to use 2 out of the 6 joysticks that I've bought for £8.50. So that works out to be about £2.83 for that one. I've looked on eBay sell prices because that's all I can go by when it comes to these controllers. And most of them, without pretty much any of the paddles or anything like that, go for anywhere between £50 to £60. So of course, like always, I'm going to lowball it and say £50 for each controller. And then hopefully we get a little bit of a pleasant surprise. But that's not always the case. So we're typing 50, copy that and paste it. I've already accounted for the postage. We're looking at a rough profit of around about £50 for these controllers. Labour hours, I done a couple of streams on this, and I think all in all, we're looking between 3 to 4 hours. So again, I'll go with 4 hours. And of course, nothing changes for the actual total profit of 470 because we've not sold anything during the episode. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. I'll leave a playlist for season 2 up here so you can start from the very beginning in case you've missed any episodes. Have a great rest of your week, weekend, whatever it is for you. And as always, I shall see you in the next one. Peace.